Hello there. Been a while since I've made a YouTube video. I figured I'd try and get back into the swing of things. I am actually feeling better. Doing more exercise and eating mostly lean meats. I'm not specifically strict about it, but I do limit pork in particular. I mean, sure, pork tenderloin tastes good if cooked right, and all that sort of stuff. But try to keep that to a minimum at this point in time. So it's mostly turkey and the non-fat parts of the turkey. I mean, and fish. I happen to have a thing for halibut. Halibut is an amazing fish. Ugly as hell, but an amazing fish. So anyway, I've actually lost a little bit of weight, which is a good thing. Not too much, but enough. Um, okay, so I want to get back into the swing of making videos. So let's get back on topic here. We're going to talk about, as I dubbed it, COPIG or COVID, depending on which way you want to look at it. Um, okay, so I got my vaccination. Um, Not much to say about it. Didn't really notice anything. My arm was a little sore, but that was about it. Um, so, I do recommend that people take it because you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the people who are around you, and it's not a perfect system, but we don't live in a perfect world. I could see why people would have their doubts, and even after how long has COVID been around for? A year? There still are people who have the most atrocious personal behaviors and opinions about COVID. You still do see anti-maskers, and usually falls in line with anti-vaxxers as well. Um, and um, yeah, as I said before, people are gross. And a lot of people figure, well, if someone's acting like a pig, that means they've got to be obese, and that's not true. There's plenty of swine out there that are not fat. So I don't want people going, well, I'm not fat, so therefore you can't call me a pig, because that's not true. You could be skinny and still be a pig if you have bad habits. And a lot of people do. A lot of people do genuinely listen to what they're being told to do, which is in all public buildings it's mandatory to wear a mask. There's still going to be travel restrictions and probably outright bans at one point. Um, but yeah, it would almost be comical, but it's not. Like the kind of things that people do to get around wearing a mask. Um, Somebody was trying to explain how the Charter of Rights or something like that, something him and his friends, probably wrote down on a notepad and printed, saying that he didn't have to wear a mask. That was baloney. Nobody believed that for a second. And a lot of people who I've seen who claim they don't have to wear a mask, uh, they don't prove it. There are genuinely people out there that cannot wear a mask. They have difficulty breathing. It is a real problem for them. And, I don't know. Because offhand, like, do you really want to get close enough to somebody not wearing a mask, who claims they don't have to wear one, and they're like, "Here's my proof that I don't have to wear one," whatever that may be. It's like, do you even want to get anywhere near them to begin with? And the answer is no. So, you can't take people's word for it. And I go, it's not my job to do something about it, but let somebody else deal with the problem. Um, yeah, I have noticed that, yeah, it is, you know, it seems as though it's one of those kinds of problems that's like never gonna go away completely, and the amount of power that people have gained because of this virus, they're not going to want to relinquish any such ability to do the things they're able to do now that they couldn't do before. This was simply the excuse they were looking for. And, you know, it's, you know, it's a downright insane world we live in. And if you watch enough of television, I mean, like realistically, unless there's TV shows that you like, I mean, as far as the news goes, 15 minutes a day is about all you need. Because the news is actually a mental illness. The local guys in Vancouver aren't so bad. They don't seem crazy. But any of the, you know, the big networks, the ones that are, you know, nationwide or anything like that, are definitely a little bit off. There's something a little bit insane about them. And, you know, I can't be the only one who thinks that, but, you know, evidently, that is the way it is for whatever reason. They're there to manipulate you, so this is how they will go about doing it. And, it is, it's unsettling, really. It's, I can't think of the words to describe it exactly. I mean, obviously, you can't worry too much about this. There's enough people out there that are scared of their own shadow because of this, because of what the television's been telling them. And no, you don't have to live your life like that, but at the same time, you know, you can't, you know, like sort of forget that it exists. Because it does. And I could see for some people being easy for it being out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. That's not the case with me, but I could understand why someone else might be in that position, where it's not really indicative to their situation. So, you know, it's almost like it's slowly dissipating. Maybe they don't watch the news. Who knows? Maybe they don't even go on YouTube or anything like that, or the internet at all. Maybe they don't even have a computer. There actually are people like that out there that don't rely on technology to, you know, go out and have fun. Which is, you know, it's a good thing. Why give more money to these big tech companies? They're a bunch of assholes. So, you know, it's a mixed bag, this whole thing. And it's not over by a long shot. Yeah, well, the whole point of this video was my reintroduction to YouTube and continuing to make videos. And I really, when I first made my COVID video, my very first COVID video, I really didn't think this thing was going to hang around as long as it did or do the kind of damage that it did. I mean, who would have thought there would be people out there that hate the West? Who on earth ever would have thought that? Because this has befallen on the West because the other powers in the world do not like us in the slightest. And they have their reasons, they're just wrong. That's all. But, you know, is what it is. So anyway, I will talk to you people later. Have a good day. Try not to break any rules, like not wearing a mask when you're supposed to be wearing one, you know, basic stuff. Don't do stupid stuff. Anyway, yeah, see you later.